Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be working on the Mk2 Mx5. About 2 weeks ago I burst the radiator on this. I was going out to buy car parts. I was lucky that the guy I was buying car parts off had spare coolant, so we filled it up. There's only a small crack in the bottom of the radiator, but it is still leaking, so I needed a new radiator. So I contacted MCG, and after getting one of these Tegua, I have no idea how to pronounce that, but I got one of these. It's an aluminium radiator that I've picked up because it seems to be a common problem with the Mx5s, the plastic cracking on the top or bottom of the radiators. The Mk2, it's the bottom of the radiator, it's like a small crack that's leaking, and then the lifted Mx5 I actually bought with the radiator completely obliterated. The front, the top piece, plastic all along top, was just in pieces. So I'm going to unbox the new aluminium radiator and see what it looks like. Okay, so that is the new radiator there. It looks pretty sweet. As you can see, the main difference is that it's aluminium on the top. Usually you'd have a plastic piece and then you'd have the same sort of radiator, sort of metal mesh in the center there. And you can see the logo there as well, which looks pretty cool. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, is just replacing the radiator that's on this, just so I can start driving it again. It happened about 3 weeks ago at this burst, but I had college exams, and last time I done it on the other Mx5, it took hours to do, just because it was my first time doing it, and those hoses are a bitch to get on and off. So hopefully it's a bit easier on this car since it's newer. It's about 7-8 years newer, and I've done it once before. So that's what I'm going to do, just pull the car over and we'll probably pop out the old radiator. So I've brought the Mx5 in here, and I presumed this would be empty of coolant because it was leaking the day that it burst, or there was a crack that I noticed. But opening this here, I squeeze one of the pipes, you can hear it going back and forth, so there must be a bit left in it. So after jacking up the car, I'm going to take off the plug at the bottom, just take out whatever's left in it. It must be a really small leak and only be leaking when it's at temperature or whatever, under pressure maybe. But so I'm going to just pop out the screw underneath, or the plug, and we'll see what comes out. That is all the coolant that's come out of it, so the leak must be very small if that much has actually come out of it, and I presumed it'd be empty. The coolant in this actually is always rusty brown. I don't know if that means the inside of the engine's all rusty. Last time I was doing a coolant change, I flushed it about 10-15 times with distilled water, and it just kept coming out brown and rusty. No matter, actually have to hose it out one stage just because it just kept coming out like that. So I don't know if there's anything I can do. If anyone knows anything, just put down in the comments. I know it's probably all rusty in there somehow with the cooling system, but I know the other Mx5, the lifted one, is actually perfect in there, and I presume that one would be the same, but it's not, so that's good for that car, bad for this car. But yeah, so that's all drained out there now, so I will probably, yeah, I'll probably put back down on the grounds, and then I'll start taking out this, start moving all the hoses, and then I'll pull out the old radiator and see where that crack is. The old radiator is now out. I've after taking off the fan. It's the only thing I'm pretty sure I have to take off that to put onto the new radiator. As you can see, it's looking pretty sweet here. I love the look of it, how shiny it is and everything. I've after cleaning up the old fan a little bit as well. What's pretty cool about this is that it actually comes with extra kind of screw-in points here, which kind of correspond with the other fan. So I'm not sure if it's up for upgrading to a second fan or just adding on some other oil cooler, external oil cooler or something like that, but it's pretty cool the way it has extra mounting points. Or maybe it's for like the double fans. I know some people have that, or air conditioning. That's actually probably what it is. New radiator is in the car. You can hear it running there. looks so much better than the old one, and it makes the rest of the engine bay look even worse than it did before. I can't wait to get out and drive the car, as I haven't driven in about 3 weeks any car at all, as this is my only car, so I can't wait to get out and bring it for a spin. If anyone's looking for this radiator, MCG can stock both this one, and they did one for a Mark 1 as well. I'm not sure if they're different, but it should look similar enough. It's an aluminium radiator and they're really good. They got it in a few days as well, which is handy, and they can ship it out to Ireland and UK as well, so definitely check them out. There'll be a link down in the description to that as well if you want to pick one of these up, and looks so much better than before. I love the aluminium look in the engine bay, it looks class, makes all that look even twice as well as it did before. But yeah, that's it for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked the video. If you want the radiator, check it out down in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.